Hey friends, it's me, Pastor Doug, with another word of encouragement for the day for today, Monday, May 24th. And today's word comes out of the book of Genesis, chapter 37, verses 3 and 4. And in it, we continue our exploration of this idea that if Jesus is my king, then jealousy is not my king. Resentment, bitterness, envy, I want what you have. That's not my king anymore. That desire to get what you have, or if I see you with a new car, or you with a new phone, or you with a better house, I don't feel like I have to have that anymore because jealousy is not my king, right? Jesus is our king. And in today's passage, we're going to see just the danger of jealousy and what jealousy can drive us to do if left unchecked. It's a familiar story about a young man named Joseph, who had a mom and a dad who doted on him, who prioritized him above his brothers, and his brothers grew jealous. Listen to what we read in Genesis chapter 37, verse 3. Now Israel, Joseph's dad, loved Joseph more than any of his other sons because he had been born to him in his old age. And so he made an ornate robe for him. Now, some of you grew up in homes where you're like, I know that my mom or my dad loved my brother or my sister more than me, or they liked this or that better than me. Well, this was actually true of Jacob. Like, Jacob's dad really did love him more than any of his brothers. And that inequality left his brothers feeling jealous. In fact, look at what we read in verse 4. When his brothers saw that their father loved him more than any of them, they hated him. They hated him. Further down in verse 11, his brother says that his brothers were jealous of him. And if you continue reading the story, many of you know what ends up happening. One day they're all out at work and Joseph comes to visit them and they see him off in the distance and they hate him. And so they actually grab him, they throw him in a pit, and they end up selling him to slave traders. See, friends, that's what jealousy does. Jealousy leads to hatred and bitterness and resentment and discontentment, and ultimately can lead us to do some really awful, horrible things. And so, friends, what's the solution? Well, the solution to jealousy is thankfulness, right? Because when we see something that somebody else has that is better than what we have, our thankfulness level goes down, right? We want what they have, and we look at what we have, and we're like, it's not good enough, right? And when things aren't good enough, our thankfulness goes down. And so the antidote to jealousy is really, it's gratitude, it's thankfulness, it's reflecting on the wonderful ways that God has been at work in our lives and thanking Him for that. And as we thank Him for what He's done and what we have, the things that other people have kind of lose their sparkle, because we begin to be enamored with what God has done in our life. And we're so focused on thanking Him for what He's done that we don't have room to feel jealous of the people around us. I wish that was true of Joseph's brothers, but it wasn't. And their jealousy led them to hatred, and their hatred actually led them to violence. Friends, that's the danger of jealousy. And so let's remember that because Jesus is my king, jealousy is not my king. Have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow.